strengths, knocking down those long-range jump shots.
Noah the screen. And a wide open look for three. They get it back. Gibson. And he was fouled on the way out. 2 free throws down for him.
And a quick look at the numbers for Kevin Durant. Second in scoring, second in free throw percentage. And he's a defensive ball hawk. You can't let your guard down. Remember, he's 10th in the league in steals per game.
And what he's doing right now, I mean, carving up defensive schemes at will. Boy, it's just a beautiful thing to watch.
Gentlemen, 2 shots. Loose shots.
No good on the free throw. For a franchise that had so much success under his tenure, there was sure a lot of friction with Tom Thibodeau, and the Bulls front office surprised a lot of people, I know, including yourself.
Yeah, you know, it's not something that you see often, a winning coach at odds with his GM and president. With how often their differences came up, though, you knew something was afoot.
He hits the second from the line.
And with Tibbs, he did end up getting fired from the Bulls this past season. Some saw it coming, but still, I think surprising given the level of success he had. His imprint is all over this Bulls team in the way they approach the game. Just doing the job on the backboard.
They sure are. I mean, they've done a terrific job carving out space under the basket and then pursuing the ball. You know, it's one thing to box out, but you've got to pursue the ball if you're going to get rebounds. And they look strong here in the early going.
That one may be a little beyond his comfort zone, but he made it count.
And when you look at how Tibbs got fired, I mean, there are a lot of reasons why a coach can be let go. I mean, he didn't have any performance issues, but apparently clashed in some form or fashion with the front office. Sometimes that's all it takes to be asked to go somewhere else.
And if that doesn't get too fired up, guys, nothing will.
Greg, just what the doctor ordered, huh? Some high-flying antics to nail the deficit.
Tell you what, fellas, that could give them the energy boost they've been looking for.
They time it right, they can end this quarter with a 2 for 1.
And that's how we want to end the quarter. Just a great job of attacking on the break.
Yeah, you know, exploding to the basket like that, Greg, just as soon as that ball was going the other way, that's exactly how you want to do it.
Brooks, the pass to Noah. He gets hauled in by Adams. We're trailing by 6. 2-second difference between shot clock and game time. The Thunder shooting their first shots from the stripe in this game.
And as a unit, they're shooting 78% from the line. That's a solid number to work with on the season.
Guys, that says a lot about the poise of this team. I mean, they've been so calm, cool, and consistent at the stripe this year. I mean, that's impressive.
Portis, he's checked in for the Bulls. Ejuan Moore comes in for Brooks. Durant nails both of them.
We're seeing today what makes him one of the best free throw shooters among the league's big men. Beautiful stroke.
And Moore kicks the free. Back to Moore. Pass to Freak. Fires top of the key. Not enough on that one as it misses. Here's Waiters. And Butler sends it back. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Butler. A free-flowing first quarter. Great scoring through one. Bulls lead by 4. Stay with us as we get set to bring you the second quarter right after this. In a moment now to hear from Steven Adams as he reflects back on a life growing up as the youngest.
So, like, the youngest of it has to do everything, like, all through pretty much 18 years of being a rookie.
Hard to imagine growing up in such a huge family, but
Yeah.
And just over 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. So the Bulls 5 right now. The big men are Gibson and Noah. Jimmy Butler is out there with Freak, and it's Mirotic in at the small forward position. And last year, not exactly up to Noah's lofty standards. It's way down in field goal percentage and free throw percentages compared to the season before, but he did not play completely healthy all of last year.
Easy to see who's going to win that race.
Yeah, early offense is often easy offense. Excellent work that time.
And a replay, of course, presented by Kia. Put up play. Freak dishes to Gibson. Butler passes to Freak. And the Bulls with another miss. Under trailing by 6. Westbrook kicks to Payne. Back to Westbrook. And there's the defensive 3-second call. And he'll be shooting his first free throw of the game here.
Listen, 84 is a really good number to post at the foul line, and that's where he's at on the year.
You know, one thing about getting going at the free throw line like he has this season, it can continue to carry over.
And he shows the focus there, nails the technical. Well, with the season last. And the first half is now in the books. Bulls out front.
Well, Russell, you've played with such force throughout the first half. What's fueling the way you approach the game tonight?
Start to attack mode and moving the ball. You know, they force you to make extra pass, and God's doing a good job there tonight. Shut up, come out and give my team some energy.
You certainly did that, Russell. Thanks for the time. Guys?
All right, fellas, still anyone's ball game right now. A few things from the first half.
And now the start of the second half. Neither side jumping out ahead through the first. And so it's Chicago winning this one. They had to scrape and claw to push it to overtime, but they really came on in the extra period.
Yeah, when adversity was at its greatest, they came up big. They seemed to relax a little bit once we got into overtime.
Well, first off, congratulations on this win, pal, and tell us how you feel about the team's progress so far this year.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Thank you, Kevin, and now we get a chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Jimmy Butler. Just a monster first quarter of the game. He came out hot and just never cooled down. That boost he gave his team early on, a huge factor.
He flat out dominated. I mean, you see the kind of plays he was making all over the court. This is the game, no matter who they put on him, he wasn't going to be denied. His offensive power was in full effect.
Well, you know, when Butler's on the court, he's going to come at you in all sorts of ways. I mean, defensively, offensively, this guy can just flat out play. Let's not forget he's an all-star, too.
And that will do it for our special Christmas Day broadcast of the NBA here on 2K Sports. For sure.
I told you, Don Pagnotti always delivers. Brandon Jordan's free prototypes. Open the box, check it out.
Christmas is my birthday on the same day. Oh, Don.
You love them?
I love them.
Hey, they're waiting for your approval for production.
Approved.
Approved?
Approved.
Done. I'll wait the call.
Pagnotti, we trust.
I told you.
Man.
Hey, I'm going to have you playing those in 30 days or less.
Oh, man.
Freaking it out.
Live to the knee, baby.
Oh my God. been a long road trip. Last game is tonight, and I know I want to get out of here with the win. We'll be back in front of the home crowd soon. Now's not the time to be looking ahead. I need to step up my game and help this team get it done. No excuses.
Earlier in the season, the Charlotte Hornets ended up losing their last game in this matchup, the Bulls. That game brought the season series to 2-1. Now the series finale, looking to draw even to a piece.
Yeah, major problems at the charity stripe.
So Chicago going with an almost entirely new group. Joakim Noah, he's checked in for Gasol. Portis comes in for Taj Gibson. Mirotic is checked in for McDermott, and Freak subbed in for Derrick Rose. So for Chicago right now, Freak in at point guard, Portis is out there with Mirotic. Then there's Noah. And it's Butler at the two-guard position. Walker's shot is off. For Chicago, they won their last contest that game against Minnesota.
And they may have been on the road, but you know what? They nullified any home court disadvantage in that game by how well they shot it.
Shooting can always be a great equalizer. When you shoot like that from outside, it really makes winning on the road a lot easier. And you look at Joe Noah, I mean, one of those hybrid talents. As a center, he gives you the rebounding, the shot blocking you want. But then he also has tremendous passing skills and instincts, and the energy of a mountain lion.
Mirotic, the pass to Freak. Unloads. Shot misses. Walker misses. Sports Broadcast Sports.
Well, a bit ago, Steve Clifford and I were able to chat. As far
How
as
was that shooting foul? He didn't even touch him.
Defense is their focus, and he added, our shot blocking really gives us that anchor inside, and the foundation we need to be successful at that end of the floor. That's something we can count on, and of course, the rest of our defensive execution is just as important, if not more so. Kevin, it's always defense first.
Thank you very much, Doris. So it's mainly about defense for them early on.
Yeah, and it won't just be early. I mean, it'll be about D all game long.
Yeah, and he made that point very clearly and emphatically to Doris and his players. I think we're going to see an intense defensive performance today.
And when you think of Kid Gilchrist, one thing that comes to mind is intangibles. He has a desire and intensity and will to win that elevates him to elite status.
Yeah, you know, he never will be a great shooter, and he's still working on his jump shot. But the intangibles, you talked about him, you add heart and tenacity to that. Every team wants a guy like that.
And Moore gets the free. And again, no good by Chicago.
And if the shot's not there, you've got to understand that move the basketball.
Yeah, exactly, and I'm not quite sure what his mindset or what he was thinking there. I mean, that was just a terrible shot.
And talking about Kid Gilchrist, yes, he's worked to fix his shooting form last season, but the real improvement was made on the board. He averaged 7.5 rebounds a game in only 29 minutes of play. That is outstanding.
Moore dishes to Freak. Can they get it? Another shot, and Noah with the layup. Noah's got his first bucket of the night.
Another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively so far.
Yeah, and I think we're going to see them operating a lot of their offense from the interior today.
Bulls have gone 8 of 15 from the field, shooting above 50% here tonight. Here's Freak. And misses it off the right side of the rim.
And boy, has he been struggling big time here in the quarter.
Yeah, he's playing tight. I mean, you can see it. No flow at all to his game right now.
The pass to Mirotic. That misses, so no good on his first attempt of the night. Some great action here early as we end the first quarter. Clark in the top. And we'll get the second quarter underway on the other side of this break. Transitioning from college to the pros can be a challenge for many players. Here's what Freak had to say about adjusting his game to the NBA.
Can I get something to drink?
Good points, Clark. What role do coaches play in helping young players like that adjust to the long NBA schedule?
Well, you know, Kevin, they're going to give their teams the best chance to win no matter what.
Williams, he's checked in for Jefferson. Kid Gilchrist comes in for Nicholas Batum. Jeremy Lamb's checked in for Courtney Lee. And it's Jeremy Lin in for Kemba Walker. So Chicago going with an almost entirely new group here. Joakim Noah, he's checked in for Gasol. Portis comes in for Taj Gibson. Mirotic is checked in for McDermott. And Freak subbed in for Derrick Rose. Kid Gilchrist and Williams are at the forward spots. Jeremy Lamb out there with Jeremy Lin. And it's Zeller in the center position. So that's the lineup for Charlotte. And guys, over his first 3 seasons, no question Jeremy Lamb has been a major disappointment. Clark, his game simply didn't seem to have involved at all over that time.
Well, that's why scouting is an inexact science. You know, he was a major piece in that James Harden trade, Kevin, a few years back, but just hasn't found the traction anticipated for him.
The first one falls. Ejuan Moore is checked in for Jimmy Butler. And Land drops them both. Here's Freak. Taking a look at his numbers, he averages about 7 points a game. Kept alive. And the shot is good. The Hornet lead has been cut down to just 1 on the bucket from Moore.
Where's the box out? Some easy second chance opportunities there.
Those kinds of mistakes drive me crazy and will absolutely derail a team's chance to win.
That pass into the paint, that is a work of art there. Dead on target.
Here's Freak. The 15-footer. Good. Freak's got his second bucket of the night.
Wow, risky shot there size-wise, but the incredible skill that he possesses allows that one to go.
Well, the quick high release negated any height disadvantage he had right there.
Kid Gilchrist, no luck.
And it's just one of those days, guys. He has just struggled to shoot the basketball.
Noah with a screen on Lynn. That's tipped. And Mirotic has it in the corner. And he misses the go-ahead basket.
Most of the time, that shot will go down. Boy, the defenders have to make sure they tag it.
There's the bucket. Good. Kid Gilchrist has got the lead up to 3 now for the Hornets.
And he can time his passes so perfectly. Wow, what an assist.
Here's Freak. It's good. This game is all even. Freak's got 5 points in the quarter.
Yeah, perfect release that time. I mean, I thought it might get blocked, but no.
Yeah, he was giving up a lot of size in that particular matchup, but showed the excellent ability to get off that shot despite the disadvantage in size.
And guys, right now, the defense mentally not there. Can't afford too many of those in a close game like this.
Yeah, Jay, you're right. Almost a free run, don't you think? Clark to the hoop for him there.
Momentum can swing on plays like that, Kevin, especially when the finish has that much thunder on it.
Yeah, and a dangerous trend here as they're starting to live and die with outside shots.
Really good point, Greg. I mean, you want to keep that balance, and attacking inside creates space for shooters, and having shooters creates opportunities inside, so it works hand in glove.
And the Bulls making a change here. Rose is checked in. The Hornets have shots. And that does it for the first half of play.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Hornets.
Welcome back, everybody. The start of the second half getting underway. Both teams battling hard through the first half. Jeremy Lin, he's checked in for Walker. Guys, no real chance for them to come back now.
Nope, this one is sealed and delivered.
Yeah, I think the focus has to be on their next game at this point.
So for Chicago right now, Freak, he's in at the point. Noah is out there with Portis. Then there's Ejuan Moore. And it's Mirotic in at the small forward. And that one's good.
And this is going to be a fantastic result for them. No win on the road comes easy.
Not in the NBA, they don't. And trust me, they're going to take a little extra pleasure in this win, having silenced an entire building of hostile fans.
And so Chicago takes this one, and by a big margin. This was a very strong showing for him, Greg. Not necessarily a runaway win, but one they'll feel very good about.
And let's face it, anytime you can go on the road and win in the fashion they did, you have to feel good about it. Really an outstanding effort all the way around.
And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Well, pal, congratulations on the win here. How satisfying is this victory for you and the team?
It's satisfying just because we got
the 2K Sports postgame show.
Welcome back, everybody. Ernie Johnson here along with Shaq and the Pau Gasol. The fourth quarter was all him. It was like he couldn't miss, and it was just one basket after another. What'd you think, Shaq?
Well, he showed us just how good he can be when he's at the top of his game. And the building was stunned. You saw people leaving early, throwing popcorn, throwing hot dogs, spilling soda. He put on a CSDP, a crowd shut down performance. Man, that's what I'm talking about, Ernie.
Boy, how many times are we going to see Pau Gasol come out and control a basketball game like he did tonight? This guy who for years has been a mastermind of the low post game. Points, rebounds, assists. You're going to get it.
And that'll do it for tonight. For Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, Kevin Harlan, and our illustrious 2K Sports crew.
As I was saying, got a real big problem, all this kitty stuff. The evil twins, CC and Dom, got you doing Vet, what was that word he was using?
Rebrand?
No. Recalibrate. All this stuff they got you doing to recalibrate your images costs you in the hood, fam. Yo, the streets is watching, and they're not convinced.
Vic, how many times do I have to tell you? The streets ain't always right.
Nah. It's always good in the hood.
Some people say you just a hanger-on, that you're a leech. Why is that the word?
Because people just don't know,
They be hating?
They be hating. They hating on my game. They hating on our friendship. See, FOF, friend of freak. See, nobody got that like I do. And everybody else wants that. Who doesn't? But that's my boy. I'm in that spot. That is my lane, and everybody else just got to make way for that, you know?
Let's take them back.
Yeah, 94. As the preacher takes the pulpit, fix your coat, prepare for 4 below spit. 7 days of heaven's ways and hang-ups. Chris and Ryan again, and we wishing anybody who isn't wishing us well bankrupt. A L and whatever else ain't up. As far as me, I'm still caught up in all it. Still calling my expendables, cause it's hard to believe I can fit all of them boys and boy. And the streets start trembling. It's way too many it seems. Too many witnesses. Up and down with their visions of what a street is. I call it the seesaw syndrome. Syndrome, maybe you make...
We got James Harden and that beard of his. Look, this guy's relentless. We know he's going to attack the basket all night long. So I'm going to make it my personal mission to keep that from happening. As long as we keep jumping those passing lanes, we can give them a run for their money. I know I'll be ready.
It's a lovely night here in Chicago as we see an aerial view of Grant Park, Millennium Park, and gorgeous downtown Chicago. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to tonight's presentation of Noche Latina in the NBA. An annual tradition celebrating diversity and culture, and always a pleasure to bring it to you. Joined in the booth with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan. The Chicago Bulls here to defend the home court. Comes in for Michael Beasley. Brewer is checked in for Trevor Ariza. And it's Andrew Goudlock in for Patrick Beverley. Taking a look at the Rockets, Corey Brewer is out there with Moniunas. Then it's Harden. Then there's Andrew Goudlock. And it's Capella in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Well, guys, James Harden, quite possibly the most devastating rim attacker in the league today, just refuses to slow down. Wayne Clark is going right at the basket.
Yeah, he's got it all, Kevin. I mean, he's so thick and strong and has deceptive moves and explosiveness. When he gets inside, he's scoring or you're fouling. I don't think they can ask much more of him than what he's done this quarter.
Brooks kicks to Freak for three, and it's good. Assisting on the play was Brooks. Freak's got his first 3 points of the game.
It's like they forgot that anybody else is on the floor. They're just going at each other right now.
I know it's a team game, but every now and then, guys detour into the one-on-one action that we've got on our hands right now.
And here we go. Freak heading to the hoop. 32 seconds left to play in the first. Bulls trail by 6. Brooks kicks to Freak. Expanding his range. Out to Brooks. He dishes it to Freak. The second chance effort. Rockets with the rebound. Defeated by the Pelicans in their last game. They'll try to put that one behind them.
And really, have they just shot their average from the free throw line in that game? I think that probably changes the outcome.
No doubt. I mean, because there is a carryover effect when you're not having success at the line.
Plenty of offense in this closely contested first quarter of play. Rockets lead by 3. From the United Center in Chicago, back in a moment. And Pau Gasol, after some great years and some difficult years, talks about now his newfound excitement playing with the Chicago Bulls. I think you'd have to say that Gasol's decision to go to Chicago, just with a big group substitution here. Capella's checked in. Moniunas comes in for Josh Smith. Michael Beasley, he's checked in for Trevor Ariza. And it's James Harden in for Andrew Goudlock. Taking a look at the Rockets. Beverley and Harden, they're the backcourt. Moniunas out there with Beasley. And it's Capella in at the 5 spot.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
And, you know, the defense gets their money's worth on that foul. Stopping the layup and not giving up the and one.
Shooting two. Shooting two.
Free throw good from Harden.
Just call him the Beard. James Harden, not just iconic, but also entering the conversation for the best player in the NBA.
Harden hits them both. And speaking of Harden and being the best, he'd certainly tell you so. He referred to himself as the best all-around player in the league. What do you think?
And I think he's right in that category. A lot of people laughed him off when he said that, but he's been a legitimate MVP candidate. His defense has gotten better, and obviously his offensive game is off the charts.
And Doris Burke has a report for us from the sideline.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Magic gave them an edge. He finished with 8 points and flashed his range a few times in the process. We could see his role in this offense expand if he puts together more games like this one, guys.
And Doris, thank you so much. He couldn't have been much better in that game, could he, G.A.?
Not at all. He was great. I mean, that's for sure. If he wasn't at his best, he was awfully close.
Guys, he came to compete and win. Let's hope he's got that same attitude, that same energy, that same swag here tonight.
Houston making a switch here. Brewers checked in. Noah hits them both.
And the Rockets have lost out on some free agent wars the past few years. They have remained competitive, but you wonder what could have been if they landed or kept some of those big names. They've settled into a nice groove offensively here in the second.
Yeah, and that field goal percentage zooming upwards is now above 50%, which is pretty strong.
Here's Freak. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Freak's got 6. And with the Rockets, it's no secret that they take a very analytical approach to team building. Greg, you and I talked about that. And Clark, you wonder if that hurts them in free agency.
Well, when your front office makes no qualms about viewing players as simply just assets, it can be a hard sell to a free agent.
Brooks, the pass to Freak. Can't get it to go. Good D by Harden.
And if the shot's not there, you've got to understand that. Move the basketball.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm not quite sure what his mindset or what he was thinking there. I mean, that was just a terrible shot.
Unloads. That's good. The Houston lead is cut down now to just 5 on the bucket from Freak. 59 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. It's Harden with the drive. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Bulls will take it. Block shots, a stat that sometimes doesn't tell the whole story. Big-time shot blockers aren't always elite defenders. And then the opposite is true. Their block shot totals don't quite capture that great impact they really have defensively.
And Hakeem the Dream, certainly one of the greatest all-around players to have ever played the game. An endless array of offensive moves down low, no doubt. And defensively, his numbers speak for themselves. I mean, almost 4,000 career blocks, 2 Defensive Player of the Year awards, just a legendary low-post defender.
Moniunas dishes to Harden. Beasley right side. Back to Harden. And stolen by Mirotic. Brooks with it. Last game we saw him score 14. Shoots it. They get the rebound. There's Freak. That one wide left. And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half. Houston on top, up 3. And a chance now to send you over to Doris Burke, standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Thank you, Kevin. Dwight, what's your assessment of the team you're playing here tonight?
They're a tough team. They play hard, they play together, they move the ball, and they know how to play within the offense, And we've been doing a better job on the defensive end, and I think tonight we came out with the right mentality. We just got to keep it up.
Dwight, thank you. They know they've got their hands full, Kevin.
All right, Doris, thank you. And we'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
All right, listen up, everybody. The second half doesn't have to be as close as the first if we pay attention to a couple.
Here we go now, the start of the third quarter, welcoming you back in a closer contested first half so far.
What a performance from Harden here. He's got 14 points, and he's hit the mark twice from three-point range as well.
And Clark, it's no stretch to say the more points he gives them from...
Going with an almost entirely new group here. Joakim Noah's checked in for Gasol. Mirotic comes in for Taj Gibson. Freaks checked in for McDermott, and it's Brooks in for Rose. The Rockets also changing it up. Capella's checked in, and Moniunas subbed in for Trevor Ariza. Freak in a 2-guard. Jimmy Butler is out there with Mirotic. Then there's Noah. And it's Brooks in at the point guard. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago. 8 seconds left in the third. He kicks it to Freak. 1 second left. Can't connect. And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. Rockets lead by 10. And time for the short break, and stay right where you are. The fourth quarter is coming. Hello, and thanks for joining us, folks. The fourth quarter of play should begin momentarily. And it's the Rockets with the ball. 10-point lead. This is their biggest. So on the floor for Houston, we've got Monty Eunice, Patrick Beverly out there with Corey Brewer. Then there's Beasley, and it's Capella in at the center, locking down the middle. Mirotic sets the screen for Brooks. Here's Freak. And not a good shot for him. They can get better looks than that. For the finish, and it's slammed in by Brewer.
Well, that fast break went according to plan.
Yeah, nice job there, Greg. Recognizing the opportunity was there to push it, and then excellent execution.
Butler on the wing, covered by Beasley. Here's Freak. No luck. So Houston will take it the other way. Floats one up. Here's Brewer. Lays it up, and despite of the excellent defense at that, Brewer's got 4 this quarter.
And defensively, guys, they've been unable to shut down the middle.
Yeah, and they're really getting pummeled on points in the paint here.
Move the ball.
Mirotic, a screen on Beverly. Here's Freak. Monty Eunice grabs the miss.
And there have been some terrible shot choices here, Kev. That's not a good look at all.
Bulls trail by 14. Brooks kicks to Mirotic. Now here's Freak, defended by Beverly. Here's Freak. And he connects with the jumper. Last outing for Chicago. They won that game against the Magic in Orlando. Beverly against Brooks. Monty Eunice has the open look. Rebound by Butler. Chicago has gone past the three-point line for 13 of their shots. They're 6 of 13. Noah, the pass to Brooks. Had a chance there to cut it to single digits, but it's off target. Rockets leading by 12. Here's Brewer. That 3 off the mark. For Chicago, they've gone 1 of 5 from the field here in the fourth. A lot of misses, just the one make. Mirotic has a wide open look. Can't hit the free throw line jump. The Rockets have gone 2 of 7 from the field in what's been a cold start to the fourth quarter for them.
How about that? Breaking out the Statue of Liberty on that dunk.
A nice way to pad that lead a little more.
Yes, indeed.
Shoots. Rebounded by Capella. Capella's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Beverly with the ball. Butler covering. The 3. It's hauled in by Noah. Noah's got his 4th rebound in this one.
Even though he isn't having the best of games from the floor, it hasn't seemed to hurt him.
And it's Freak missing. Rockets have gotten only 3 of their 9 field goal attempts to go down since the end of the third. Pretty cold down the stretch. And here's Beverly. Pass to Capella. Here's Monty Eunice. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
And able to pad his stats a little bit there on that play, the board and the bucket.
And you know, Greg, that'll put him in the good graces of that coaching staff, too. My goodness.
Kevin and Greg, hard work on the offensive glass always does that. I mean, his fans will remember the dunk, but the coaches love the rebound.
So Chicago going then for the Bulls. Portis, he's checked in for Gasol. Freak comes in for Jimmy Butler, and it's Brooks in for Rose. The Rockets also changing it up. Capella's checked in, and Smith's subbed in for Patrick Beverly. Brooks against Harden. To the paint, here's Howard, and he was fouled in the act of shooting. Chance here now for a 3-point play.
That one will seal the deal there. They've exploded here at the end.
Boy, I love the serious killer instinct they've shown, finishing strong.
Corey Brewer's checked in for Houston. Goudlock comes in for James Harden. Free throw good, Howard.
And guys, Dwight Howard's an interesting guy, one of the most physically imposing players in our league, and yet he's known for his lighthearted, almost playful nature.
And it's Freak missing.
And he's clearly just disappeared here this quarter, not making any contributions here with his offense.
And Greg, it's been hard to watch. I mean, you can see his frustration. He's actually looking forward to the end of this period so he can have a fresh start for the next one.
Here's Goudlock. So we see the Rockets taking the win here. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory, no less.
That's exactly right. But with the way they controlled the game and just completely took the crowd out of it, that's how to get it done on the road.
And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline.
Dwight coming off.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Many thanks, Kevin. So now we move on to our Jordan. James Harden, double figures in both points and assists for the double-double that led the way tonight. He was their motor offensively and really got the team fired up.
Well, this win was really...
And that wraps things up, folks. Thanks for joining us. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the rest of the 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. Good night, everybody.
Yo, Freak, what's up, baby? What's up? We see you.
Yo. What up?
Basquiat, let's go. Got that art for y'all, that real spit. They call me Basquiat. The Harlem take my pockets full of fat knots, making all the ladies drop. Painting street corners green, my bank notes look hella bill scene. Half man, half amazing. Call me Simmy, I the demigod. Halo crown with the dollar sign.
Jump from SoCal, Hollywood to the slums. Get burnt by the California sun on the west side.
you at? Just got to New York like a net on a jet to London.
Tough matchup tonight. We could very well end up facing these guys in the postseason. So it's important to learn what we can and show them we're not about to back down. If we get it done here, it'll give us that much more confidence if we see them again. The stakes are raising every day at this point, so I better man up.
Welcome to BMO Harris Bradley Center. We are in Milwaukee, the home of the Milwaukee Bucks. And we're bringing it to you live here on 2K Sports. Great to have you with us, everybody, live on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan to call the game with our analysts Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. For the Bucks, here for Milwaukee. John Henson's checked in for Monroe. Miles Plumlee comes in for Jabari Parker. O.J. Mayo is checked in for Chris Middleton. And Jared Bayless subbed in for Carter Williams. So the Bulls 5 right now. Freak in at shooting guard. Noah is out there with Portis. Then there's Nikola Mirotic, and it's Brooks in at the point.
For Bayless, it was his 6th team in 7 years last season. A good utility combo guard to have. He can score. He can make plays for others. He's really defined his role in this league.
Now, here's Antetokounmpo. He had 19 points in the win against Orlando.
Yeah, not to mention the 4 big steals on the night, getting after it on both ends.
Shot clock at 5. Here's Bayless. Here's Henson, and he dunks it down.
And doing some dirty work on the offensive glass.
And then fouls it up, Greg, with heavy-duty jam on his mind with a terrific putback.
Got a pigeon on that one. Easy money right there, fellas. Going old school on you young fellas. Look that up. Pigeon.
Bayless dishes to Mayo. Antetokounmpo passes to Plumlee.
Flying high and throwing down the hard one-hander.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys.
And really, he does that one as well as anyone. Kev, you're right. That's like his signature move once he goes airborne.
Here's Bayless. And a great assist by Antetokounmpo as that one goes in. Antetokounmpo's got 3 assists tonight. Here's the screen. And a wide open look for Freak. Drops in the tray. Freak's got 5 now. 46 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Here is Bayless. Brooks covering, and Bayless kicks to Mayo. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
And guys, when you look at O.J. Mayo's statistics over the past few years, nothing really stands out. But then you watch him in games, especially in clutch moments, and he can seem like the most dangerous guy on the floor. A scary, deep-range shooter who loves to take defenders one-on-one.
Well, on the topic of O.J. Mayo, has value in this NBA.
Yeah, he really does. I mean, he's multi-skilled, good size, sees himself as a superstar, and yet that sometimes derails him being as effective as he could be because he just can't quite get comfortable in that role of being a backup.
3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Plumlee with the screen, fires the three, and there's O.J. Mayo on the assist by Bates. Mayo's got 5.
And loving the hustle here early. I mean, they struck first on the offensive glass.
And those putback baskets contributing to their lead, Greg.
Brooks misses. Here's Antetokounmpo. Offense, the order of the day as the first quarter comes to a close. Bucks lead by 8, and we'll get going after. And we heard from John Henson before the game, a player on the rise. He feels he still has a lot to prove. Well, it sounds like he still feels like he has something to prove, Greg, but seems to me for Milwaukee. Chicago also making some changes. Joakim Noah's checked in for Gasol. Gibson comes in for Ejuan Moore. And Freak subbed in for Rose. Taking a look at the Bulls. The big men are Gibson and Noah. Butler and McDermott filling out the perimeter. And it's Freak in at the 1 spot.
No clue how he got that one to fall.
And that was not a soft foul he had to get through, Greg. I mean, he had to really power that one up and in.
One thing about Greg Monroe, he is a highly skilled big.
He really is. I love the fact that he can do so much. He can post you up. He can pop out and knock down the 15-footer. He's an outstanding passer. And at his size, those are skills that have served him and his teams well.
Okay, well, let's check in with Doris Burke reporting from our sideline in this game. Doris, take it away.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Pistons made some major contributions. He finished with 8 points, and along with what he did on the offensive end, he also played some stellar defense as well. He really was the second unit for his team in a great performance, guys.
All right, thank you as always, Doris. And another special game from a player that we know is incredibly capable for this team.
Yeah, and he proved his value again in that last game. I mean, he's a cog in their machine, no doubt.
Yeah, and they're going to need a few other players to lend a bigger hand today. I mean, they can't expect him to carry the entire load 2 games in a row.
Antetokounmpo against Butler. Back to Antetokounmpo. Parker sets the screen for Antetokounmpo. Just 4 to shoot. Rebound by Butler.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be because he is so strong in the paint.
Freak. The shot's good on the assist by Butler. And now it's just a 4-point Bucks lead. Milwaukee has gone 3 of 4 from long range in the game. Carter Williams kicks to Antetokounmpo. Gibson against Monroe. Carter Williams can't get it to go.
If they could end every possession with that shot, they'd be happy. 9 times out of 10, that's an easy layup for them.
Noah kicks to McDermott. Some nice ball movement by the Bulls. And it's Freak missing. The Milwaukee Bucks, they won their last contest, that game against Orlando.
And the way they attacked the basket in that game was unreal. I mean, after a while, the defenders seemed to just wave the white flag.
Yeah, like you said, I mean, that's what will happen when a team continues to attack the basket and come away with layups. The defense tends to get demoralized and deflated.
Parker drives in. Middleton dishes to Parker. To the paint, here's Monroe, and he goes strong with the one-handed jam.
I tell you what, he can do a lot more damage to that rim than that when he wants to.
And you know, Clark, with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one.
Me too.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm glad he didn't, because otherwise we'd probably have a 45-minute delay here if he shattered the backboard.
Milwaukee leading by 3. Antetokounmpo kicks to Parker. Inside, Carter Williams. The shot misses. Some solid D here from Freak. Butler passes to Noah. McDermott dishes to Gibson. And there's the feed to Freak. Trying his luck deep. Rebound, Milwaukee. Parker's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Here's Carter Williams. And a great assist by Antetokounmpo as that one goes in. Antetokounmpo's got 4 assists in the game. Butler kicks to Freak. Pass to Noah to the left side wing. Fades. And it would have counted had it fallen, but it's offline. And the first half comes to a... We have a close ball game on our hands as we get set for the second half of basketball.
Talk about being on his game. Look at the numbers for Monroe. 10 points, and he's blocked a shot today as well.
And he's clearly showing off his smarts in a few ways today. That block just being one of them. Just a savvy basketball player.
So no problem for Milwaukee as they get the win. A confident win and one where they clearly showed the greater effort.
They certainly put on a good show here at home, and I think they felt they had the edge. And
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Thank you, Kevin. And now let's move on to the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Giannis Antetokounmpo. He had a double-double. It made a huge difference tonight. He never let up, and his performance really inspired the rest of his team.
Just a sensational performance on a lot of levels, Ernie. Too many levels to talk about. Man, in some game, he's in the background.
And that'll do it for our broadcast tonight. Hope you enjoyed the show. For me and Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, have a wonderful evening.
Yeah, send him in. Cece.
Hey, how are you?
Good to see you again.
My pleasure.
Freak. Great game last night.
That's what I do, right?
Indeed. Have a seat. Pagnotti.
How you doing?
Thought you'd be selling used cars by now.
Funny, comedian. I thought you would have invested in some new clothes, being a team owner and all. I see you still rocking that Goodwill look.
Freak, what are you hanging around with this guy for? You know he's bad company, right?
Got no choice. He helps me pay the bills. Plus, our mother loves him.
Thank you all for coming by on such short notice.
You're welcome.
So you know why we're here, right?
Not really.
You want to negotiate an extension for Freak, right?
Well, since you mentioned it. Your client is quickly becoming a liability for this organization.
We've already put a plan in place that's going to address all your concerns and issues.
Let me finish. Thank you. Myself, the front office, and the coaches are not satisfied with the adjustments you've made in your life off the court. I personally warned you about the company you keep, and we're fed up with the late nights and showing up late to shoot-arounds and the bad press and the incident at the nightclub. I told you Vic was going to be your downfall, and I was right. Something has to change now, or we're not going to need your services any longer.
If this is about that Twitter stuff, Vic was playing. Okay, it was a joke.
It's not about that. It's everything.
Like I told you before, Vic is my best friend. I can't just cut him off. He's practically family.
Not really.
What exactly are you trying to say?
I'm not trying to say anything, Dom. I'm saying it. Freak and his friend Vic are a problem for me and this organization. And I called you in here to figure out how we all together can fix this problem. And right now, I'm only seeing one solution.
I agree that Freak may need to make some adjustments in his personal life off the court, but that's a learning process. We both know that. But this almost sounds like a threat. And Dom Pagnotti doesn't take too kindly to threats. Is this a threat?
Call it what you will.
We all know that Vic is a problem. The only person who doesn't seem to realize that is my brother. Sorry, bro, but enough is enough.
I don't have a problem with what you're saying. I have a problem with how you're saying it. Now, I know we can come to some understanding without all the ultimatums or threats.
Can we all come to a understanding, a compromise?
No more compromises. I already warned Freak. I told you. Don't be a hero. Cut that zero. It's cut Vic loose, or we trade Freak. It's that simple.
Fine, we'll go sign with another team.
Good luck with that, Pagnotti. Because of Vic, Freak's reputation precedes him.
No, because of Freak's God-given talent, his reputation precedes him.
Everybody's been talking. Dom, you know how this works. This is not about you and me and our history. This is about your client. Help him.
You talking as if I'm invisible. You talking around me, about me, but not to me. Vic has always had my back. And I've given this team everything I got. I practice hard. I play hard. Yeah, some nights I got it, some nights I don't. Some days I might even show up a little late to shoot arounds.
Yvette, please.
Cece.
Yvette.
Where's Dom?
I had him call you.
Why?
I'm gonna cut right to the chase. My brother is deeply in love with you. And I'm ready to put our differences aside if you are.
Really?
On a string.
what I say to you. So I close my station, cause they really passed the statute of limitations. The streets still holler about how strong I am. I heard still holler about how wrong.
Can't believe the regular season's done. Some of those games I can barely remember. But we did it. We made the playoffs. And tonight, I make my postseason debut. I wasn't sure I'd be here as a rookie, but I can't wait to see what this team can do. Like KG said, anything's possible. So let's go chase that title.
Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
All right, fellas, let's set the tone tonight. Leave it all on the line. All right, we're playing for our fans. We're playing for our city. We're playing for pride. But most importantly, we're playing for each other. Remember that.
We've got a capacity crowd here at the United Center. Welcome, everyone. The regular season is in the books. The battle for the East begins. Round one, game one. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg alongside. And our sideline reporter tonight is Doris Burke. A look at Chicago. So important in a 7-game series to maintain the home court advantage. The fans, the players, the coaches, guys, they know it's all on the line.
And, well, other than Game 7, I think Game 1 is the most important game of the series. For them as a home team, especially, lose this game, and then there goes home court advantage.
I don't see that happening. I mean, I just can't see it. Listen to this crowd. I mean, they don't want to let them down. So I can't see them losing this game. The atmosphere is electric, and that's going to play to their advantage here.
And now the opening lineup for Boston. Bradley and Turner filling out the perimeter. Jared Sullinger is out there with Johnson. And it's Thomas in at the 1 spot. Now here's Johnson. Turner passes to Thomas. Johnson with the screen on Rose. And out of bounds as the Bulls gain possession.
And really just a lack of awareness on his part.
Going with an almost entirely new group here. Joakim Noah is checked in for Gasol. Portis comes in for Taj Gibson. Mirotic is checked in for McDermott. And Freak subbed in for Rose. And a new group in for the Celtics. Zeller, he's checked in for Jared Sullinger. Kelly Olynyk comes in for Amir Johnson. Crowder, he's checked in for Evan Turner. And Marcus Smart is subbed in for Bradley.
The entire defense was frozen for him. Nobody picked up the shooter, Kevin.
Butler kicks to Freak. Launches a 3. Kept alive. Here's Portis. That's good.
If you battle for the offensive rebound and come up with it, you're guaranteed a high-quality shot on a follow just like he got there.
Equan Moore is checked in for Jimmy Butler. Chicago shooting their first free throw attempt on the night. Celtics trail by 5. Outside Thomas. 1:51 left in the first quarter. Olynyk sets a screen for Smart. He dishes it to Olynyk. Clock is at 3. And the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a 3-point play.
Yeah, terrific play right there. Great strength to finish through the contact.
That's exactly how it should be done. Get the bump, concentrate on the shot, and you'll get the bucket too.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight. that one falls for Olynyk. Chicago's gone just 1 of 4 from three-point range here in the first. Noah kicks to Moore. There's the dish to Freak. High post try. And the shot falls short this time. Boston trailing. Doris Burke has an update for us. Doris?
Well, I had a chance to talk with head coach Brad Stevens. He talked about how important this game is to them because it sets the tone for the rest of the series, saying to win or lose, what is important in this opening game is that we play tough, we play smart, and we let them know they're in for a heck of a fight with us. Guys?
Thanks, Doris. Now, here's Thomas. Not a lot of room. In the corner, Crowder with it. And the three off target. The Bulls leading by 4. Mirotic dishes to Freak. Good ball movement here by the Bulls. Crowder with the steal. And Smart with a clear path to the hoop. And good on the basket. Book it. Smart's got his first points of the night.
Great anticipation and awareness to come up with the steal and trigger the fast break.
And now just a one-possession game thanks to that quick hitter. Outstanding play in the open court.
Now here's Freak. And he overshot that one, missing.
They hold the early advantage on the glass.
Yeah, nothing major, not a huge advantage, but certainly a good sign for them going forward.
Here's Smart. That's in there. Thomas with the assist. Thomas got his third assist on the night.
Yeah, offensively, really like the way they're moving it around for the best look.
How about this? 9 of the last 10 points coming off assists. Nobody forcing the action one-on-one.
And a good game so far as we conclude the first quarter. Celtics lead by 1. And don't go away. We'll be back with the action for the start of the second quarter in just a moment.
I realize this. I realize this. Respect this here. Check. I realize this.
Recently, we sat down with Freak to discuss his NBA future as a free agent this offseason. You know, Clark, it sounds like he hasn't ruled out the possibility of exploring. So, Chicago going with an almost entirely new group here. Joakim Noah, he's checked in for Gasol. Portis comes in for Taj Gibson. Mirotic is checked in for Doug McDermott. And Freak subbed in for Rose. The Celtics also changing it up. Kelly Olynyk's checked in for Johnson. Smart comes in for Bradley. And Thomas subbed in for Turner. Freak in at point guard. Mirotic out there with Portis. Then there's Jimmy Butler. And it's Noah in at the 5. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago. Bulls making a switch here. Moore's checked in. Tyler Zeller's checked in for Boston. So it's Chicago now. Their defense has only allowed 4 points in the quarter. And there's the 3-second violation. Well, we've had some big guys in the NBA this season that were not afraid to let it fly from deep, and here were the best among them. Number 1, Nikola Mirotic.
Well, he has such a phenomenal touch from long range. For a player at any position, forget about just among the big men.
Yeah, and that makes him one of the more challenging matchups that any defense is going to face. I mean, who do you put on it? A perimeter defender or a low post guy? It's really a conundrum.
Shot from the top of the key, and that one's good. Freak's got his second bucket of the game to go. Celtics trail by 5. Outside Thomas. Olynyk sets a screen for Zeller. He feeds it to Crowder. There's the screen. Off the screen. It's rebounded by Noah.
And still, he's scoreless. Boy, they could use just a little bit of help from him.
Here's Freak. And what was that about? Not a good shot right there. All alone. Look at that jam. I mean, just beautiful.
Wow, that's a really smooth finish.
That's why we and they always love seeing him at the end of those breaks. He makes it look fun and easy.
Oh, that was a great angle we just saw, courtesy of Kia. Here's more. The pick gave him all the room he needed, and he knocks down the J. And the Bulls lead by 5. Outside Thomas. Pass to Crowder. Three-pointer. Good, and the assist goes to Thomas. Thomas got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight.
And they've got to talk to each other on D there. Miscommunication, and now he's able to make them pay.
Now, here is Mirotic. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. Noah the screen. Moore passes through Noah.
And it's close, but, didn't get on balance quick enough.
Yeah, and as quick as players are at this level, in this day and age, I mean, you've got to be perfect in your anticipation to draw the charge.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now. The first free throw is good.
Yeah, nice job of drawing the contact and creating opportunities at the line.
My kind of hoops. Straight ahead, playing downhill, and physical.
Joakim Noah hits them both. 40 seconds left now here in the second. And Thomas, here we go. Noah with the block. And they get it back.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
Exactly. The defense determined not to allow the easy layup right there. They'll settle for making him earn the free throws.
Celtics have shot 2 of 3 from the free throw line tonight. First free throw is good. And so Zeller nails both of them.
And working, Kevin, themselves to the line here in the second. A nice way to get your offense going.
And maybe cause some foul trouble along the way as well. We know what that can do. It pays off typically in good fashion for you.
The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take.
And they go to the intentional foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. Maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Yeah, but that's no excuse for that kind of foul. I mean, that might be an explanation for it, but certainly doesn't justify it. And even then, it's just not a good play.
That free throw good from Isaiah Thomas. So 1 for 2 that time at the stripe. And stolen by Zeller. Can't get it to go. And we're through the first half of basketball here, and what's been a good one. Bulls out front, up 1. And we'll be back.
All right, we got a few things to cover before the second half. This isn't a game I'm going to let slip away from us. We need this one. Nice energy you showed defensively.
And we're back to the action here in this round 1 matchup.
It's been fun to watch.
So Chicago going with an almost entirely new group here. Joakim Noah, he's checked in for Gasol. Portis comes in for Taj Gibson. Mirotic is checked in for Doug McDermott. And Freak subbed in for Derrick Rose. And then for Boston, Kelly Olynyk's checked in for Johnson. Jay Crowder comes in for Turner. And Smart subbed in for Avery Bradley. On the floor for Boston, we've got Jay Crowder. Thomas is out there with Smart. Then it's Kelly Olynyk, and it's...
I know money isn't everything to you, Freak, and I find it hard to say this, but I've grown to respect that in you. You're a man of conviction. But it's my responsibility to point out the consequences of that way of thinking. Now, for you, winning is everything, but winning is...
It's time to get away. It's time to get away from you. It's time to get away. It's time to get away from you. You brought a lot about me. Oh, catching tidy tummy. You make me sleep. I try. All right.
All right. Hello. Okay, well, I'd like to thank everyone for coming here today. I especially like to thank God, my Lord and Savior. It is for this reason, above all, that I have decided to go to the Chicago Bulls.
Good job, sir. Good job.
talent they have on that team, they go win a championship this year.
You think so? And you know what that means?
I'm going to get
you.
I love it.
I know.
Yes, my man. All right.
All right, son. Congratulations.
I've been running.
3 letters. M-A-X, baby.
Dom we trust, baby.
Dom we trust. Let me see this contract.
Gotta call. I'll be right back. I gotta call finally. Yo, fool, where you been? I've been trying to call you.
Mr. Freak?
Yo, who's this?
This is Officer Vasquez with the 9th Precinct.
Officer Vasquez? What did Vic do now?
Mr. Freak, there's been an accident. Look, we're gonna need you to come down to the following address as soon as possible.
What kind of accident? Put Vic on the phone.
I can't do that, sir.
No, you're not hearing me. I want to talk to Vic.
Look, sir, we need you to calm down as soon as you can.
No. Hey, listen. Put down the phone, and I don't want to hear it get picked up until Victor Van Leer's on the phone.
Give me the phone.
Put Vic on the phone.
Mr. Freak, Mr. Van Leer was killed in a car accident.
What's going on? Give me the phone.
The car he was driving was registered to you. We were able to identify him from the flyers
Listen to
me.
me.
Possession.
Freak,
I don't want to talk to you no more.
Freak, give me the phone. Hi, excuse me. Hi. Yes. This is Cece. This is Freak's manager. Who am I speaking with?
Hi, yes, look, we're gonna need somebody to come down and identify Mr. Van Leer. Eyewitnesses say that he was involved in a car chase. 2 cars were chasing him, and as the chase escalated, he eventually lost control and crashed. Look, I'm really sorry for your loss.
Hello. outside of the deceased, was anybody else injured?
Vic died in a car accident.
What?
Yeah, they said he was in a car chase.
No.
Freak,
Are you
I'm sorry. He died.
Oh, man.
I'm so sorry, Freak. Freak, I am so sorry.
Sis, all started here.
Yep, right here in the dome.
Yeah, when I was all about living the dream. Yeah.
Salutations, I am Sharonis Jackson, portraying the role of Frequency Vibrations, a.k.a. Freak. I am from the Inland Empire, California, Philadelphia born.
Welcome to your second NBA season. Now that your career is progressing and your brand is growing, you will be challenged with managing increasing demands off the court. In between games, you'll have decisions to make on how to spend your off days. Will you refine your skill on the court and work on increasing your attributes in live practice?
They just love it how we live, how we live, how we live, how we live. They don't love it, they just love it how we live.
Welcome to live practice. This is where you can...
We gotta be better at containing the basketball. Let's set up in some one-on-one full court. You know the drill. Intensity. Intensity!